So 2 new Netflix series just got renewed for future seasons. Fans of both are extremely excited. Today, we're going to talk the details. What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. So most of the time, we're pretty confident. If we love a show on Netflix, if a lot of people are talking about it, it's most likely going to get renewed, right? Sometimes they're canceling shows that have massive fan bases, but today we have some good news in the midst of all of the bad news that we've talked about. Some great news in terms of two extremely popular shows, two shows that I'm a fan of getting future seasons at Netflix, but one of those shows, not just one season. But let's start with The Outer Banks. The Outer Banks did killer numbers on Netflix, has a massive fan base. I know a lot of people in my personal life that were super excited for a season 2, but is it a show that receives a season 2? After the end of season 1, I personally wanted to see where it would go, but according to multiple outlets, but we're talking Variety, Outer Banks has been officially renewed for a second season. As we saw in season 1, this close-knit group of friends discovered a sunken boat that led them on a hunt for $400 million in gold. An extremely exciting premise, one that can carry over well into season 2. And while I don't believe the viewership numbers have been released for this show, we look at other shows mentioned in this article, like Never Have I Ever, 40 million households, Space Force, 40 million, Too Hot to Handle, 51 million, and even something like The Floor is Lava, bringing in a projected 37 million households. I have to imagine just seeing the response to this show and the talk online, Outer Banks came close to those numbers. Again, they may be released somewhere online, but they're not in this article. Regardless, Outer Banks fans, are you excited for season 2 of this show? We're going to move from one show to something completely different, but to a show that fans were speculating, how much longer do we have before The Dragon Prince closes its doors on this series until it wraps up the franchise? A show that, in my opinion, is reminiscent to something like Avatar: The Last Airbender in terms of lore and excitement you feel while watching. It is a Netflix original, but was it going to only be a few seasons like an Avatar, or are they going to Rick and Morty it and give us multiple more seasons? Well, huge news. The Dragon Prince has not only been renewed for season 4, but beyond that. If we look at this article by Forbes today or yesterday at Comic-Con, the team at Wonderstorm announced the renewal of the hit Netflix fantasy show, but not just for season 4, 7 seasons total, meaning we are getting 4 more seasons of The Dragon Prince, and they're saying it is this 7-season saga. So everyone who was worried and maybe a bit, okay, was the viewership up? Are people excited about this show? This is excellent, fantastic news for fans of this show. We not only get to see where this progresses to over the next 2 or 3 seasons, we get an entire 7-season saga, and it looks as if they're going to wrap it up, hopefully in a beautiful way, and capitalize on these incredible seasons thus far. And like it says, up until today, the future of the show remained completely uncertain, despite it being one of the best family offerings on the service, a sentiment that I agree with. And if you've never seen The Dragon Prince before, it's all about a story of 2 competing civilizations. You have elves and you have magical creatures who live in their realm, including dragons. Now, there is also something called dark magic, which requires the sacrifice of magical creatures in order to cast spells. You have elves, you have dragons, and there was this war that left everyone on different sides, the entire planet at odds for generations. So this story is picking up when a young elf joins forces with 2 human princes to bring peace to their land. Sounds exciting. If you've never seen The Dragon Prince, I encourage you. This is a show worth binging, worth watching, worth catching up on for season 4. And now you know we are not just getting 1 more season. Awesome news for both shows, fans of the show. So my question to you all, 1, would you like to see more of these Netflix renewal updates anytime we get news like this? We also got some news for The Boys, but we're focusing on Netflix in this video. And then, which show are you a fan of? Are you a fan of both shows? And which one are you excited to have a future season more so? Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, stay tuned. More stuff to come on this channel. Lots of news to talk about. You guys are the best. I'll see you soon.